Spider-Man, Turn Off the Dark, the big Julie Taymor show. What's the status of that now?
It's supposed to be opening in the fall.
Yeah.
Is it?
But I'm taking my cue from you, Michael.
Yes, I think it will.
What do you know?
I think it will open in the fall. They went through this period where it's a $50 million show. I think the most expensive musical in the history of Broadway, and they didn't bother to raise the money. Isn't that great? Putting on a show and whoops, forgot to raise the money.
Well,
so
also
they suspended the show, stopped work on the show, and it's been in this weird financial limbo for the last 3 or 4 months. But apparently, it's been put back together. And it is going to go forward. Can they overcome all this negative publicity, do you think, Patrick?
Sure.
If the show's good?
Yeah, sure. I think with that kind of a brand, and people that have seen that investors reel say that it's extraordinary. That the
Julie
visuals
Taymor's imagination is
amazing, and how it works, how they build a web on the stage, and the climbing and the flying. All of that is spectacular. So what we've come down to, whether it's a narrative or jukebox like Jersey Boys, it still comes down to creating an event. I think that's what you've got to create on Broadway. And I think that if they can create an event that you can't see anywhere else and that gets the buzz, sure, they can overcome. Your call, Michael.
Is Spider-Man another product of the bankruptcy of the creative thinking on Broadway, do you think?
It's the bankruptcy of that particular theater. I wouldn't invest in the show right now. I mean, you're basically giving money so they can pay back the refunds of people who bought tickets for February.
That's right.
They got into a lot of trouble because they gave Julie Taymor, who is brilliant, a blank check to spend, and she spent.
No, they gave her a bounce check. That's what they gave her.
Is that still their policy? She can spend as much as she wants?
You know, you can't pin down someone like Julie Taymor with petty little things like the finances of the show. If you hire Julie Taymor, she's got to be allowed to range. And in her defense, they gave her a budget of $45 to $50 million. It's just it turned out that the producer didn't have the money.
Yeah.
Now they have the money. We'll see what happens.